Yeah. And I think we as a community ought to just take a moment to remember. At your leisure.
Reporting announcement, Sunshine Law does permit audio and video recording of the meeting. Roll call.
Dave Ealy,
Here.
Joe T. Gordon,
Present.
Jack Prescott.
Here. Columbia.
Yes.
Guys are up.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Summer's upon us. And just let you know, we did complete the soil haul off on site, so the dump trucks hauling out that soil is behind us. And we looked at the road today, and the road's in pretty good condition. Of course, we are maintaining it. And, yes,
I live on the road. It
Yeah.
is not maintained.
is it?
No.
The township comes up and down that road daily. I think Ed was on it today, Ed.
There's a giant pothole right at the end of my driveway.
today, Greg.
Okay.
There's a giant pothole at the end of my driveway.
And you are
Gary Swicker.
Jerry Swicker. We can
Knows
fix
me
in the
well.
morning.
Okay.
If pothole develops, yeah, we'll get it fixed. The one developed there, because I just drove by there. So, in fact,
Well,
I drove by
it's-
there tonight.
The whole road's
Okay.
very wavy. The whole way it's,
Again, township has already stated that the road is in better condition than it's ever been in the previous meeting due to our upgrades. And we believe that, and I believe that since I've been there.
It's not perfect.
It's not perfect, but we put, I think, we're at around, don't quote me on the exact tonnage, but nearly 400 tons. About 800,000 pounds.
yeah, a lot of it's being used from my driveway on up to the compressor station. That's all been kept in very good shape. But the point from the trailer park to my driveway has not been kept well at all.
Well, I would respectfully disagree with your assessment.
That's fine.
Based on my observation of being on that road all last year, being on that road when we started, and its
Over
condition today. That would be-
I also got hit with one of your triaxles last Sunday while I was sitting still on the road. Okay.
I have a question to that. You have to have flaggers on the road at that particular time.
Yes, we had flaggers at that time, and we did take statements. The statements are with us, they're with the land department.
All right.
Again, it is anecdotally, but from what I've read in that statement, it was, Mr. Icker was asked to wait.
I was not.
Truck.
I absolutely was not. I was waved on by the flagger.
And I tell you by the statement, they said, can you please wait? And
No, he did not.
but anyway, so we do have statements. Again, I don't want to be contentious.
He said, go ahead and go, and he said, just be careful, and I said,
I was
okay.
at the road too, and the flagger was sleeping in the truck, so.
He waved me on,
At the
Yeah.
trailer park entrance, he'd rather spend more time with the woman that lives in that trailer than he would watching the trailer.
and I stopped, I even stopped. I stopped a long
Is he the one that gave the
distance away.
statement?
A flagger saying, go on, we have a flagger sleeping, and we have a flagger flirting.
Yeah, it's the same guy at different times.
Because I know we put a flagger right at your
Sir, he
entrance.
told me
There
to
was
go
a young
on.
lady at your entrance.
I know.
Actually, stage 4.
Can I finish, please?
Would you have a police report on this, and
I know, but when the police did come, we did get
do we have a police
photocopies.
report on that accident?
And so,
Yes, sir.
Is that information when you're complete could be provided to supervisors?
Yeah, we can review it, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I was
we
stopped.
would happily give you the statements from the dump truck driver and the flagger, because they did handwritten statements and signed the both, and you guys are more than welcome to that.
I wasn't there, but if the driver was on the scene when the police arrived, I'm sure he talked to him.
Yeah, because I remember, we made copies of all the driver's information and gave it to your police officer.
Well, the driver would have provided that directly to the officer. Was he on scene?
Yeah, there was an officer there and the driver was there, and I watched them exchange information. We just made copies, so we make it easy for them.
Well, I would like to finish my statement right now. I was sitting still for many, many seconds in advance, could see him coming, he was speeding. Both my kids were in the car yelling, he's gonna hit us, he's gonna hit us, and he did. I was literally stopped, the guy knew where I was. It was on a straightaway, he could see me. And yes, the flagger told me to go ahead and go, he said, just be careful, and I did. I stopped well in advance of the truck coming at me. Okay, that's all.
Good point. You want a copy of the statement?
Yeah, well.
So much for we're
let's get
sorry
this
that
what they
happened.
need, a very basic principle, if somebody stops, you're not allowed to run into them.
Yeah, I would agree, and so maybe they can
I
indicate.
mean, I don't care what the statement say, I don't care what the
Exactly.
flagger did. If you hit a vehicle that stopped, you're at fault.
I would say, I said, did you get a ticket?
I don't know anything about tickets, but that's just right and wrong. Have they been settled with?
No, they haven't even talked to us. Ray called me that day and said that Jeff wanted to have a meeting with me the next day. The meeting still hasn't happened, and it's gonna
Well-
be next Thursday.
The way we're, yeah.
But now Jeff said he does not want to speak to me about the accident. He'll have a meeting with me, but not about the accident.
It's between insurance, yeah, the truck driver has insurance, that's.
Yeah, unless I sue you guys for hitting me while I was sitting still.
Well, he turned his insurance in, that's who's gonna have to take care of
I
that.
know, but the point is, you guys don't even care.
We cared.
Well, no,
That's
that's
not true.
incorrect, that's incredibly rude and incredibly
okay.
false.
You're being
To say we
incredibly
don't
rude.
care is just not correct. I mean, we care about that road. You know, we told them, hey,
but-
slow down at 10 miles an hour. Now,
You care, but I've never heard
I'm sorry
from
this
you.
driver just happened now. You know, I don't know, to me, if a driver hits, I'll give him a ticket and pull his
Just-
license. It's a big
Just your,
truck.
just your employee in the truck, or is it a contractor?
It's a contractor, one of the local area dump truck haulers.
Well, let's get it resolved like first thing tomorrow, you know?
They
I
have
don't
a-
understand, what's the big, this is not a complicated issue.
You're right. And as far as I'm concerned, it's an insurance matter, but if
Well,
Ray
I mean,
Lane-
if somebody pays insurance, and if it's not your guy paying the insurance, you pay that contractor, let's get it done. I mean, I think we have, I know you guys have done as much as you could do, maybe some circumstances, but this township and the residents have put up with a lot of it. Let's get it done, let's get it done tomorrow morning.
Right.
I don't see, was you have a problem with that, either one of you?
I do believe they have a meeting set up, but.
We have a meeting actually
Next
next
Thursday.
Let's expedite that, get it done. Don't say, that you mean, you're telling me you're gonna get it done, or you said you're agreeing that it'll be done?
We're gonna have a meeting next Thursday, that's the only time the head of land could meet with Jerry and her
And
husband.
if not that, we're gonna move it up.
There's nothing I can do, usually he's not in town, he's got projects everywhere.
Well, they make telephones and that, you know, you can do maybe a phone conference or Skype or.
I'll do whatever
I don't know
I
what you're
can
gonna do,
to
but let's get it
resolve
done.
it. All right.
I think, is that, you guys okay with that?
Okay.
Thank you.
When did it happen?
Sunday, a week ago?
Yes.
Yes.
So it's been a week.
Last week, or it was Saturday and Sunday, I think it was last Saturday, so they were watering that road down up there.
Yes.
And the mud was about, the dust was about that thick, they were putting water on it. I got a brand new pickup truck, who's gonna work that thing every time it goes up down that hill, tracking that mud up and down the road, the road sweeper? Why don't they sweep the road then water, instead of watering the dirt and making it mud?
All right, well, I'm sorry that happened.
I'm sorry too, every time I go out there and wash the pickup truck. You know what kind of danger people are in.
Could you guys report back to Tammy tomorrow, let's let her know how this meeting went, or phone call went, or whatever communication went, to know how it's resolved. Do you have the number of either of these fellows, or you can call them, or they can call you?
Yes.
Yes. We can do that.
Okay.
Rose, have any comments?
Thank you.
Who said I do?
Did she
She
say?
said
No, I
she's-
said thank you.
All right. Thank you.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Anything else?
Anybody else? Anything we can answer?
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Okay.
Have a good one.
Department Ed?
The guardrail on Range, Grimes Road that Range installed, they said they're gonna maintain it until they're done. It could be several years, but they're gonna take care of it and accept the responsibility for it.
When they say several years, they mean 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, next 20 years?
Probably the next 20.
Long
They didn't
term.
say, but I'm assuming that they did all that work and they got that tank farm up there, they're gonna use it quite a bit. I just didn't
How
know,
did this all come about?
how did what all come about?
How did the guide rail even get put in place to begin with?
I have no clue, it just got put in, it was there one day. We didn't get unless it came into the office or something, we didn't get a scope of work of what they was gonna do on that road or anything, it just all happened.
I don't understand how they can go in and install guide rails on our roads without our permission. Gary, is there any, shed any light on that?
I'd have to look into it, I don't know.
It's really nice, though.
Where's this
I'm not complaining. It's a wonderful road.
Yeah.
One question I have is there a form or something that they need to fill out saying that they're gonna be accepting the responsibility of them guide rails?
Can we get them to
That's
sign a letter?
We need to look into it, because it does have liability issues, it has authorization issues, consent
Grimes
to
Road.
get on our
Grimes
road.
Road.
What road is that again? Ed?
Grimes,
Grimes.
Been on there in a while,
Do you like it?
runs between Route 40 and 231.
Who is the they that put the guardrail in, the state?
No, Range Resource, one of the
Range.
contractors.
When they say they're gonna maintain it, they mean in the winter too?
They're gonna maintain the guide rail section.
Oh, just the
I
guy.
went over the winter section with them when they talked about reprofiling the road and repaving it, and they said if they had trucks running, that they would take care of it.
Who recommended the guide rail? Did our engineer look at it?
I heard a
Somebody-
township resident, but I don't know how true it is.
I heard a township resident wanted a guide rail put up there, and I talked to Alexis, and I said, well, the one resident doesn't own that road. It should have been brought in front of the board and discussed. Because Stephanie from the PennDOT told us to not install guide rail, guardrail, whatever you want to call it, because it's a liability issue for the township.
Well, under the road bond and maintenance agreement that they signed, they are to stabilize and safeguard a road based upon our engineer's review. And so if the engineer said, well, yeah, I recommend this be done, that's all consistent with that agreement, and they have to indemnify and hold us harmless from anything that happens. That would be the protection. I think in this case, we maybe need to have our engineer look at it, probably give you a quick report on whether or not he recommends it be there, and then we know if there's an issue, and then we'd have to confront Range on it.
It's in a good spot. I mean, it is for safety for their traffic, but it actually crowds the traffic because the road is not quite wide enough for guys.
Well, I'd recommend contacting Gordon and Senate, have a look at it, give us an opinion.
If Range did do this on their own, what can result from, telling them, hey, you did this wrong,
Take it out.
Make them take it out, but we also have, under that road bond agreement, any road that they have bonded, they have to indemnify the township if there's an accident or something happens. So I believe that road bond agreement protects us the way it is, but I think we need to do a little bit more exploring of the issue. I know we have a meeting with Range coming up, right?
Yeah, when is that?
Michael said it's next week. You've agreed to,
Yeah, but they
Participate.
never set a date or anything. so-
well, I'll give the exact time and place tomorrow, and that would be something we can discuss. We do have a scheduled meeting.
We've got a stop sign issue up in front of the firehouse. They called there several times about the stop sign.
You and me both.
We had the engineers look at it. The engineer says the stop sign meets federal standard where it's at.
They
We
give
don't-
me suggested places where it could be moved.
No, they said, that was their question, where would you, I have the paperwork right here. I believe the sign location meets federal standard. In summary, I don't think there is a signage solution for this intersection. It probably needs some physical changes, but I am sure the township doesn't have money for that. Where is there an alternate stop sign location? There's not one there. If you move it back, you're into the access. If you move it forward, the people's out in traffic. That's what they were saying.
So when they're stopping, they're actually blocking the main street coming up over?
And one of their solutions, for the money, they said you could put an island in the center of that intersection, no left turn, only have an entrance coming up the hill to make a right end, and that was what they came
What
up
about moving the sign on Up Highland, so that you're stopping short, and a white bar on the roadway? Where the sign used to be, painted on the pavement. I've seen state roads like that way.
Yeah,
You know, when they put a white marking on the pavement, it's in the sign's back, in the intersection.
When you stop there, you can't see down the hill.
Yeah.
No, you can't, and if you move it the other direction, you're out in the intersection, I don't know what you do.
yeah.
And I understand them not wanting that stop sign.
I have an idea, will two signs help? We could move the one up here on Main Street down there.
We don't have room for one, I don't think. But I, you know, that's the board's decision, I met with the
I know it's in
engineer.
the way where it is, I mean,
What if you made it a three-way stall?
yeah, I thought about that too, I don't know where that would, whether, you know, you wanna stop them coming up the hill, or just.
Yeah, I really don't.
Are you allowed to do
I'd
that
rather keep
without a
that main
study?
traffic flow moving, especially in the.
Especially in the winter.
Yeah.
Stop them on that hill, you're gonna have a mess.
Make that the only.
How about one of them little, red strobe lights on the sign?
Well, we've done that before, and they run on battery.
Yeah.
Why is it an issue?
What's the
Somebody
issue?
runs.
Why
The
is the stop
issue,
sign-
the stop sign is where they come out of the back of the new firehouse.
Right.
The sign is gonna be in the way of the truck. It's gonna be in a lane.
So they put it where the telephone pole is,
Yeah.
and when people pull up to the stop sign,
Right?
the front of the car is
Out in the intersection.
in Main Street.
Okay, I understand.
And
All right.
safety, yeah, we don't wanna cause an issue, and what do we
That's
have?
the,
And we have a curve through there that they wanna break out too.
I don't think I've ever driven that intersection with another car in my life.
So,
Any ideas, Gary?
Traffic study and engineers.
we have the engineer's opinion.
It doesn't help us.
I think the firehouse should have been moved back a little bit more, of a design issue there.
Too late for that.
Because, you know, you're not gonna move that utility pole there either.
No.
What about if we contact somebody from PennDOT? And maybe we call from PennDOT, one engineer, PennDOT engineer, rather than our township engineer.
I think that's who our engineer talked to was, Mark TransitAssociates.com. That's where he got his information from.
Maybe we may contact PennDOT, who's the PennDOT region guy that we used to use here?
That lady's only, Stephanie,
Why don't you have her, let her contact the PennDOT people and the engineers and see if they
That lady
can.
used to be head of PennDOT.
Yeah, I know they have
Down in
somebody that,
Washington County used to, her name used to be Rachel Doogan.
The stop sign is still there, right?
Can you change it from a stop sign to a yield? And just slow everybody down?
I think you really need a stop sign there, it's, you know,
They have a-
I've had several.
you're coming
close
out
ones.
Highland, they
I've lived
got,
out
they
there
built the
17
firehouse,
years.
they got their.
Like you
doors,
said, paint a line there,
the
you can just paint
indoor,
stop there, I mean,
they're
there's a
coming
Yeah,
out of
that's what I'm
there.
saying, paint stop on the road, and paint up.
One of the firemen said they have plenty of room,
I don't have a problem with
because they
that.
park a small pickup truck in there.
Yeah.
And he said that just, you know, people not knowing how to drive is the issue, and then we got other firemen that says the sign needs moved. So,
You know, looking at it, if you look at it long enough, that sign needs to move. I mean, it's gonna be flattened pretty quickly, you know,
I was just up there and I stopped like I normally do. I
I
don't
was
know.
gonna say, I didn't know it was me.
the normal people in town, they know where they're supposed to stop, it's the ones that are just
it's one
coming
of
by.
Yeah.
And if you do put a stop sign out in the middle there, them tractor trailers, I know they're gonna be turning in our parking lot
Well,
now.
why don't they have her talk to somebody from PennDOT, have them come down and take a look at it.
yeah, I don't have an issue with moving the sign, I'm just not
I don't
making a
either.
decision on where it
Yeah.
needs to be.
Yeah, I agree with what Mike said, maybe move it, you know, move the stop sign back and paint stop on the pavement or a white line and stop, you know, whichever. Can't make those stencils and there for the roll.
And that would be for the fire department to maintain.
Well, I'd do that. We moved that sign, I'm sure they will.
Full paint.
We've been working on a big slip out on Ely Road, it's a little bigger than what we anticipated. So we're getting it, but, yeah. Mowing's coming, if we keep the mowers together, we're whacking it as we get time. I need to know at tonight's meeting if we're gonna reprofile Ely Road this year, I don't know where you guys stand on that. But it's a decision that needs made so we can get on the schedule.
What's the price on that?
I think it was around 70,000.
Coming from Liquid Fuels,
Probably have to, I don't know what the liquid fuels budget is now. A large percentage of it could probably come out of liquid fuels, and we may have to throw something at it. I don't know.
Well, that would be a good road to do it on, because it's gonna be a lot of traffic.
I don't wanna, or is that a yes or,
Well, I think we need to, I wrote it down that we can have a motion on it.
and I wanted to talk to Dave about trading the excavator in on the next size up. I got a quote from Croft Tractor. It's a Takauchi TB 260. They want 76.4 and trade ours in. They're gonna give us 40,000 trade in, and that brings the price to 36.4.
How much larger is it?
It's a 12,000 pound machine. And it's a little wider, track base at 6 foot wide, a little more stable.
What size of machine do we have?
We got a 9,000, it's a 40 horsepower. It's got plenty of power and hydraulics, but it just doesn't have the weight. It wants to teeter all the time, every time you go over the side. And,
Is that one a zero swing? Two? No, the one you're trading with.
I believe it is.
That's part of the problem. We talked about that when you bought that one. I mentioned that when you bought it.
You don't, no, the one that we're trading. You said the one we're trading?
But-
The one we're buying.
Oh, the one we're buying, okay.
Because that was, I mentioned that when you bought that one. I said, you're gonna, it's nice in town, but when you go to pick something up over a bank, you don't have any counterbalance.
Right.
It gets by for the culvert pipes and stuff that we're doing, but now that we're doing all these slips and stuff, I just don't wanna get somebody hurt for lack of having a heavier machine. That's, we're tearing up the equipment. That's what I was looking at. And I think they gave us a pretty good price. We only paid, I think, 39,000 and some change.
Is that
It's 3 years
CoStar?
old.
That CoStar?
Yeah.
Ed, what year and how many hours are on the old machine?
When he looked at it, it had 404 hours, and it's a 2014. It's got about 436 on it now, I believe.
Is that what, that new one have a thumb on it?
Yeah, hydraulic thumb, set up the same exact as the one we have, with the articulating head that we can put on and the 3 foot
You
bucket.
can spin the pipe on it.
Yeah. And the only difference is I did have them put an angle blade on this one, instead of having a straight blade.
Cut the roads better with that too. if you did.
So when you're filling in the ditches and stuff, you can do everything with the excavator instead of having a skid loader there also.
Is it, I don't mean to keep asking questions, is it tilt too, or is it just?
No, just angle.
Does it have the extra hydraulic in it? You can hook it up to,
Yeah, that's what your thumb will hook to.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, everything's plumbed, it's all hard plumbed. I like it a little more than the Kubota because everything's heavy, steel lines, and they're all mounted out of the way.
Do we have a written quote on that, or
Yeah.
written deal?
You like it?
I just think that maybe if you want to submit that, then we can maybe put on, give some time to digest it and put on the next meeting, whatever we meet, agenda. Maybe Mike, you may look at this. Anybody else wants to see it, you can give us some comments on this, a lot of money, and spend it smartly.
And I got some quotes on a truck, actually 2 different trucks from 2 different companies. US Municipal. bear with me, these people gotta give you 50 million acres, I just need one number.
Ed, one more question on that. What about the trailer? I have no idea what you guys call it.
16,000 pound trailer.
I already asked you about that.
You're right at the limit though, aren't you? You're gonna be right at the limit.
Maybe 12,000.
12,000 pound machine is what they're saying.
I know, but how much does the trailer weigh?
I think the trailer's actually 18, but we can haul 16 on it and be safe.
I got some truck quotes. As soon as I find this number, he has,
This is for, this is from US Municipal. I just gotta find which truck it's for.
Now you've done it.
See where it says International or Peterbilt.
Oh, he's looking for that. I have a question about, didn't we receive a grant to do something on Jansen Road?
Yes,
Has it ever been followed up on?
yes. Waiting on the Conservation District people and the engineer. Last I talked to I know everything's approved, but they have to get permitting. And the permitting doesn't have to be for the pipes that the township has to do for their in-kind. So we're waiting to get a map so we can start on the pipe crossings. And the big pipe that they gotta put in, they have to get permitting for. And that will we will probably get started in the fall on our end, and they will probably do theirs next spring, because it takes about 6 months to get the permit. So we're just waiting on them two to get together, draw up their finalization of the plans. They just surveyed it a couple weeks ago.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Peterbilt truck from US Municipal, truck body, everything's $123,497. And International from US Municipal is $118,739.
that's ready to go.
What's the delivery time on the vehicles?
4 to 6 months.
And do they spec out identical other than the manufacturer?
Yes.
That's all. Where do you get those things?
Walsh Equipment came in with their truck price.
They were a lot higher.
For their body, they went 35,925, 1850 to install the hitch, and 600 to install the roll spreader.
And the truck price will be the same as US Municipal, because neither one of these companies deal in trucks. One, the Peterbilt came from Hunter Truck Sales, and the International came from Five Star. And I can give you the price
of just the truck. International's gonna be $84,499.
$842. Peterbilt is $89,600. I would like to go with an international from US Municipal. It's the cheapest, their CoStar pricing, and they build a nicer body. They put a nicer body on their trucks. And that's all.
Look, we decided at our next meeting, chose that, chose a truck, we'll have time to get it in operation, be in operation by December or January, latest.
Depending on how many they sell. What they tell me is if you order a truck today, it gets put in line.
Right.
So when they receive the truck from the truck manufacturer, it goes into the line and there's no jump in line.
Right.
So it just depends on how busy they are. He told me when he was down and gave me these quotes that anywhere, right now they was at 4 months. He said by the time we get ready, you're probably looking at 6 months.
Right.
So that could change. It could be 3 months, it could be 2 months, just depending on what's in line and so on.
And hopefully by this time next month, we'll have a Dominiac 13.
The building engineers are putting it out for rebidding it, redrawing it. They're gonna put the concrete floor in, the tubing in the floor, and stuff up pipes for a restroom, future restroom. We're taking the wood off the roof and putting bubble up there.
Wow, decrease it.
And we're gonna put it out as 2 bids, one for the shell and one for the concrete. Because they're